She's back from summer break, Michelle's at SHU. You know she's wide awake, an intern now, working hard, but she still got jokes with the lead crew. She's leading all the folks. They say she's a boss, but don't call her professor. She'll school you in a second, but still rock that ambassador. Leaping through the halls, yeah, she's running this place. Trying to study, but she still got time to save face. Look who's back.
Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us.
What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Cobbin, with Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
Coming at you live.
Oh, I didn't know that's what you were doing.
Well, it's been like a year, Michelle.
Usually I'm in a corner, in the little dark corner.
Jason Bay's going to be very disappointed. You know, I filling in for Jason this morning. Had paid a lot of money to get you here. I mean, literally had to sell 2 of my tires off my truck.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so welcome in, Michelle.
Thank you.
Michelle Cardenas joining us this morning. In for who?
What do you mean for who?
Who are you in for this morning?
Oh, I'm in for Jason Bay this morning. It feels so weird to call him that.
AKA
Bay.
There you go. In for Jason Bay this morning. Hey, welcome in. I'm just putting Michelle on the spot today.
Yeah.
I remember her very first day here helping us on Good Morning Huntsville and Hello Huntsville. I threw her on the show the very first day, and here you are. Do you feel a lot more kind of relaxed, a little more calm?
Definitely a lot more calm and relaxed. I'd never been on camera before my first day here, and so we had agreed that we would ease into it. We said 2 to 3 days or maybe a week after I started, we were going to go ahead and put me on camera. I get there the first day, and he goes, all right, you're up.
You're up.
So
I said, batter's up, and then there she was.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome in as we get rolling here. How about this morning? Michelle Cardenas joining us as our guest host and for Pastor Jason Bay at FBC. Episode 373 here on FBC Thursday.
Almost there.
How many can you rhyme? 373 FBC Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
You ever say Thursday?
Nope.
Or is it always day?
Thursday.
Thursday, Bay. Yesterday was Boss's Day.
I sent you a text.
Did you see what I made? We
What'd
made
you
this.
make?
We just love our bosses here at First. So to all the bosses out there, oh yeah, Michelle, you did.
I
just
did.
ignored what you said. I totally ignored what you said. I won't go into details, but something really exciting going on with Michelle. So keep her in your prayers. I will not spill the beans on that, but congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
one
you.
step closer to something really amazing, a.k.a. buying Hello Huntsville and running it for us. Yes. Just kidding. That's definitely not it. You did send me a message, and you said, Happy National Boss Day. Even though I really enjoy being there, I don't learn anything. I just want you to know. I just want you to know that although I appreciate you and everything you've taught me, I really haven't learned much.
Oh, my goodness.
I hope you have a okay day. You really need to focus on having a better day.
Oh, my gosh.
Your friend, Michelle Cardenas, a.k.a. Thank you, Mr. Rob. I can't believe you
Mr. Rob.
Yeah, it was so weird. Like, it's definitely not the way you talk.
Friends, you know it's fake because I don't call him Mr. Rob. And if you've ever been around me, I don't do that. It's Mr. Hip.
Yeah. And I even told Michelle, quit calling me that. She doesn't. She calls Billy. What's Billy?
Mr. Cawthon.
What about Pastor Bay?
Pastor Bay.
Yeah. What about Molly, though?
Miss Molly.
Yeah, see, that's different. You don't say Miss Jeanette. You say Miss Molly.
Yeah.
Because that's just you have to.
You have to.
It's a whole different situation.
No other choice.
So we are here, though. Big shout out to everybody. Let us know you're out there this morning. Jamie Salas is going to come hang out with us here in a little bit as well. We're excited to have her. Some really awesome events that she's putting on, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit this morning. But let us know you're out there as we get started. Do us a huge favor and say good morning, hello, how are you? And like and share this broadcast as we continue to promote the good in our community and uplift our friends here in Huntsville. Our shows every single Thursday, on a Thankful Thursday, brought to you by First Baptist Church Huntsville, FBC Huntsville. Friends, if you're looking for a church, we'd love to have you. Bible studies every Sunday at 9:30, service at 10:45, and we would love to have you here. It's called a Harbor of Hope for a reason, and we want you to come here and find hope. It doesn't matter where you're at, what walk of life you're at, where you've been, who you are, or where you're going. This is a great place to be, and we love you and appreciate you. Wednesday Night Live, always a great program as well. Hey, I did want to thank Paul Oley, too, the gallery. Paul, we love you, man, for all of your custom photography, photos, framing, and more. Paul Oley of the gallery at 1201 University. Also, a huge shout-out to Elliot Herzlich of Elliot's Jewelers, online at elliotsjewelers.com. Wouldn't be able to bring you this show without Elliot. He's been with me since day numero uno.
He's an OG.
Hey, I got to ask you something, Michelle. So your family originally from Honduras.
Yes, sir.
Right? But you're very fluent in Spanish.
I am.
So can you tell me, Rob, your Spanish is not that good, but you're getting better in Spanish? Can you do that?
I can, yes.
Okay, let's try it. Ready?
Okay. Mr. Hip, su español está muy bien, pero necesita mejorar.
Wow. I understand Mr. Hip.
Yeah, you got that part?
Michelle's taught me a lot. One of the things that I say if people tell me that, like, if there's something I really don't agree with, yo no creo.
Yo no creo.
That means I don't think so. Or if somebody asks me to do something and I feel like I don't have to, I say, no es mi trabajo. Which means it's not my job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. You've taught me.
I think your Spanish is.
It's gotten better.
It's gotten better for sure.
The only word that I can't say is that meat, the birreria.
Oh yeah, birreria.
How do you say that?
It just comes out naturally.
I cannot do it. I can roll the R's, but I can't do it. Do it again.
Yeah, birreria.
Birreria. Try it one more time.
B. Rie.
Wait. Do that next part. That's where I get messed up.
Rie.
Rie.
Dia.
Dia. Ria dia? Birria dia?
Birreria.
Birreria.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Sounds like the old church I grew up in, man.
We'll get there one day.
I can't get it out, man. How about some of that B over there? Some of that B is really good over there at Sanders' Kitchen. Someone said like birreria, but that's not it. Do it one more time.
Birreria.
Man, that's so good. That is so good. Did you know if I had to take a class and had to do that, I'd fail that class?
Really?
Yeah.
I think you'd get it after. It's a practice. It's a matter of practice.
That is the hardest word. I can usually speak if someone tells. I'll speak it pretty good once you tell me.
You will.
But I cannot like that one. You can answer this for me. I've been practicing for a long time and I've never got it. Have I? Not even once.
No, it has 3 R's in there, so it's pretty hard.
Do that second part again. B.
Rie.
Wait, that's the one. Do it really slow. Ready?
It's just you just roll the R and then it kind of goes.
Do it again,
with it.
real quick.
So it's B,
B,
rie,
rie,
ia.
ia.
So then you kind of put it together.
Rie, ia.
Yeah, so the third R is not as pronounced.
Berriria. It's so hard. Hey, let me do one more with you and tell me how bad I butcher this, okay?
Okay, yes, sir.
We have an Adopt a School program. Love doing it, where we get to go over to Samuel Walker Houston Elementary School every Thursday and help the little ones with their milk and opening milks. Man, them bananas, listen, those ladies, by the way, those ladies, the school lunch ladies over there, they are so awesome. We love those ladies.
Yeah.
But the food vendor, whoever's supplying that food, man, y'all need to loosen up them bananas, man. Those things are so hard to open. You know what they do is they cut the stems off way too short.
Oh.
And so I have to carry a pocket full of napkins because I help the kids open the bananas. And when you open them, of course, the banana gets all over you. And so you have to like peel them from the inside out, then open them up. And it's because the stems are like that little.
Okay.
You know what Miss Brown would say about that, Miss Sweet Brown?
What?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Nobody got time.
You cannot open those bananas, man.
So you open yours from the stem?
Yeah, you pull it from the and the bottom don't work. That's just as bad.
I don't do that. That's
You go from the bottom?
Yeah. The stem is like your handle.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. The bottom of the banana, the base of the banana is your handle. And then it's beautifully how it opens up. That's the banana. If you're not eating a banana with the peeling wrapped over it, you're eating it wrong.
Oh, my goodness.
That's just completely wrong.
That's controversial. That's like a hot take right there.
No, that's just completely
sort
wrong.
of like the cereal question. Do you do cereal first or milk first?
I always do cereal first.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, because you don't know. If you put the milk in first, sometimes it overflows.
That's the right answer.
And you know how much cereal you're supposed to put in? A fistful.
Really?
You know how many cereals I put in? About 5 fistful. At one time, we didn't have milk as a kid.
Okay.
And I said, man, and I put orange juice in it. It's the nastiest thing I ever had in my life.
No, you didn't.
It was horrible. And then here's Kyle over here.
What
bottom up on the banana. What's up with Kyle and Wally, both of them? And you, Michelle. I'm going to ask Jamie. Hopefully Jamie's on my side. 'Cause look at everyone is saying from the bottom up.
Thank you, everyone.
What in the world?
I'm glad we all agree.
How do you open
That's why I'm telling you, it's a hot take. I think.
So what do? You flip it upside down and eat it that way?
Maybe
Dude, y'all are all of y'all. Jamie, Saucier, I love you, man, but you're out of your mind. Wally's a great dude, but you're out of your mind. Kyle Kreiner, really great dude. You're out of your mind. And then Michelle, 4 on 1. What's Jamie's take? Jamie, top or bottom? Okay, good. Now it's 4 on 2. Told you. I'm not going out. I'm not. Hey, Jamie and I are sinking with this ship. I'm telling you, we're going to be playing music to the end.
Listen.
Hey, I want to go back real quick to.
See, Kyle said I'm worried about you.
Y'all, there's something in the air, man. Y'all ain't real Texans or something. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, man.
Here, I got another one. I started talking about the Adopt a School ministry. There's a couple of Spanish classes that come in that we help out. And one of the little boys makes so much fun of me because I can't. He knows what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he's like in pre-K. He's laughing at me. He's like, ha, you're wrong. But, okay, this is te lo abro.
Okay.
Am I saying that right?
Yes.
I did. Te lo abro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Or is it te lo abrao?
No. You
It's
said it right the first time.
Te lo abro.
Mm-hmm.
Which means, let me open it?
Let me open it.
Te lo abro.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you need help? Is it, let me, what is it? What does te lo abro officially
Te lo abro
mean?
is like, should I open it? Do you want me to open it?
So it's not like, let me open it. It's like,
no, it's like, do you want me to open it?
Do you want me to open it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll go up to the children and I'll say, leche.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll say, te lo abro.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll say sí, and then I open their milk. See, I've learned. And I learned leche's milk and te lo abro. But you say it better. Say it again.
Te lo abro.
See how cool that sounds? It's like me. I'm like, got this East Hi, boy. Leche, te lo abro. You know, that's probably how I sound to those little children. And the one little boy, though, he makes fun of me all the time.
Funny.
He laughs. It is the coolest thing, though. There's another little boy that we do it. It's pre-K through 3rd grade. I usually leave. Second grade really doesn't even need that much help. 3rd grade definitely doesn't need the help. They're ready to go. But I'll go in there and talk to the children. Mm-hmm. We get to sit down with some of them and talk to them. But there's another little boy in a wheelchair. I just think the world of him. He is such a sweet boy, very nice young man. And there's a little girl that helps him too. And it's just so sweet to see that.
Yeah.
And so, folks, I want to tell you, if you feel, I hear this, there's no hope for the next generation. That is the most negative thing that you can say.
Mm-hmm.
especially as someone that children look up to. You know, the adults, us, we're the generation that the children are looking up to. They're looking up to you, Michelle, and they're really going to be looking up to you here in about a week or two because there's something coming.
Yes.
I told you there's something coming. They're going to be
Yes.
like, man, maybe something. You know what? One day you may be working in the governor's office. You know, you don't even know. Maybe one day you may be the governor.
Maybe.
Would you want that? Would you want that job? Would you want to be the governor?
I don't know.
Are you still pursuing the criminal justice
Yes.
thing?
Yes.
Has anything deviated whatsoever? Like, has
No.
it? So walk us through the journey. Like, when did you know that you knew that this is what you wanted to do? Tell us what you're doing, and when did you know that you wanted to do it?
Okay, so I knew since a very young age I wanted to do something that had to do with law. But when I was younger, I thought it was going to be law enforcement. It wasn't, and it's not going to be.
You would make a really good police officer.
So then I started looking at maybe like the social worker route, and then I was just like, "There's no way." And then through life experiences with my family and just overall, I've encountered a lot of attorneys in my lifetime. Some good ones, some really bad ones. My parents are they immigrated from Honduras to the United States, so interpretation has never been the best. They don't really speak English, and so sometimes when that happens, just the reality of the world is people tend to take advantage, things like that. And so I knew from a very young age that I wanted to advocate for people, but not only my people, just anyone in general, and be a good person overall. And so I decided I was going to become an attorney. And so before I even graduated high school, I think before I even started, I knew that's what I wanted to do. And so I decided to come to Sam Houston for the criminal justice program. Been going the pre-law route.
Y'all call it CJP, by the way?
We just call it CJ.
What's up with that CJP?
Just
Oh,
CJ.
you know me. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Just ADD kicked in.
And so now I'm at Sam Houston, with the Leap Ambassadors. Just learning, becoming a better person, and pursuing law. I will be taking the LSAT sometime next year, hopefully around August. So, and I should be applying for law schools sometime around next year.
Where do you go to law school at? Where's that?
It depends. So it really depends on your GPA, and it depends on your LSAT score. So if you want to get into a decent law school, you got to be scoring around the 155.
Did you take like a practice LSAT or something?
I have,
recently?
yes. So you have to score around the 155 range to 160. Once you get past 160, you have really nice chances.
What's on the LSAT?
It's nothing about the law. So it is based on how you think. So it's almost like an IQ test. Yeah. So it is based on how you think. It's arguments. So they'll ask you questions sort of around the realms of what statement weakens this argument the best, right? And they'll give you a whole bunch of options. There's reading comprehension, obviously. Passages have nothing to do with law. Just got to make sure you know how to think. There used to be logic games, but they took those out. So it's just, if you train your brain, you can pass the test no problem.
Man, that just seems really scary. I'm having second thoughts about continuing college now.
Oh, no, you're
I'm sitting here next to Michelle, and I'm just like this. I don't know if I can do it. I just can't do it, Michelle.
You got it.
No,
Mr.
I can't. I'm just kidding.
You got it.
Michelle will inspire you, by the way. She's inspired me. She always says, "Oh, Rob, thank you for this." You've inspired me, Michelle, over the last year, and helped me become a better person. And so Michelle's the kind of person you want to be around. She's doing great work. And we are rooting for you. Most importantly, we're praying for you.
Yes, sir.
And we know that God has got something incredible lined up for you, young lady.
Yes.
So just keep on rocking and rolling.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
One thing, though, that I am kind of a little bit upset about.
Uh-oh.
You have not informed your professor about this.
Look who's back again. Michelle's back. Tell a friend. Look who's back. Look who's back. Look who's back.
Is this the original one or is this a different version?
Guess who's rolling in? She's back from summer break. Michelle's at SHU. You know she's wide awake and in turn now working hard, but she still got jokes with the Leap crew. She's leading all the folks. They say she's a boss, but don't call
I
her
don't think you'll
professor.
ever know.
She'll school you in a second, but still
Unless he's watching this morning,
Leaping through
which
the
in that
halls, yeah,
case,
she's running this
good morning,
place, trying to
Professor
study,
Young.
but she still got time to save face. Look who's back again. Michelle's back. tell a friend.
Is this the different version, though?
I think
she's
so.
back. She's got your back. Someone was
It's
born,
kind of
but now-
stream.
Look, who's back?
Here it is. This is the right version.
That's the right
All right,
one.
listen to this, friends,
Look
okay?
who's back, look who's back, look who's back. Look who's back, look who's back.
This, by the way, you can download it on Apple Music.
Yo,
And Spotify.
guess who's rolling in? She's
Spotify.
back from
And
somewhere.
iHeartRadio.
Michelle's at SHU, you know she's wide awake. An intern now, working hard, but she's still
Hold on, I'm
got
gonna go to you. There you
with
go.
the lead crew. She's leading all the folks. They say she's a boss, but don't call her professor. She'll school you in a second, but still rock that ambassador. Or leaving through the halls, yeah, she's running this place. Trying to study, but she still got time to save face. Look who's back, back again. Michelle's back, tell a friend. Intern life in full attack. Yes, she's back, she's got your back.
Yep.
Summer was long, but now she's here to stay, making those presentations
It's that
in her
time
own
of the
funny way.
semester.
Watch her juggle it all.
Apparently, this anthem was played yesterday.
It was.
Yeah.
Yes. I received some good news, and
You had some peeps jamming your jam,
and
huh?
so I came home, and my roommates were playing the song to congratulate me when I walked through the door.
Seriously, the good news is if you have Google or Alexa, you can literally say, "Okay, Google, listen to Michelle's anthem," and it will play it. Or you can say, "Alexa, listen to Michelle's anthem," and it will play it. So Michelle, her own song, it has been released. Mm-hmm. Now, it's not a bad song. There's nothing bad in it.
No.
In fact, I had to let our music release company know that we use. There's a distributor that we use to distribute music.
Yeah.
We've got like 6 or 7 songs on there now. Most of them, they're all Christian songs, except Michelle's anthem, which in a way is a Christian song. Not really, but it's not a bad song.
Yeah.
But I guess because of the tone and the aggression that's in the song, the automated software said that it was explicit. And so whenever you went to like Spotify or any of those, it had the E on it.
Yes.
And so we had to contact the music release company and ask them to change that for us. I said, there's nothing explicit, especially because we released it under our Spirit Media, our Spirit Media label, and it's like, this isn't bad.
Yeah.
So anyways, hey, well, we're continuing on this morning, having a lot of fun. Let us know that you're out there today. We appreciate each and every one of you joining us. How about that cool weather this morning? I'll talk about that for a minute before Jamie comes on. You said it was too cold.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of just hit you when you walked out the door this morning.
It does not. Man, look, I just want to tell you something real quick. It's only, you know what's weird? It's 50 degrees up in Fargo, all right? 50 degrees in Fargo. And here in Huntsville, it is colder in Huntsville than it is in Fargo, North Dakota. It's because there's a ridge of high pressure that is shifted to the heartland down to the south.
Okay.
And it does not include the Dakotas. So right now, it is colder in Huntsville, Texas than it is. You know what it was this morning?
What was it?
40 degrees. And it did not feel like it to me. It felt great.
Oh, it felt like it.
No. I saw some Sam Houston kids walking across the street. They had on beanies, and they're all like, I said, man, y'all need to go hang out. I'm finally like, I get that attitude now.
You get mad about it.
I get mad about it. Because I've been to where it's 30 below, and I started to get used to it. You don't get used to it when the wind blows. But I literally, I don't want to give TMI, but let's just say one morning I didn't take the trash out, and, I sleep without full pajamas. I mean, I've got some covering.
Okay.
You know where I'm going.
This has gotten out of hand.
I have some covering, but it's still like the covering that you probably shouldn't run outside in, Have you ever, it's like the other day I was like, man, I really got to take the trash out, but, I don't have a shirt on, but I just quickly did it, whatever. I'm kind of ducking, hiding behind the truck when I'm taking the trash out. Quit lying. All y'all guys out there have done this. Maybe even some ladies have done this. I don't know, running out in your robe, putting the trash out. But here's the deal. This morning it was like 15 below, and I heard the trash truck.
Oh my!
I was like, there ain't no way I'm gonna be able to lay her. I ran out, didn't even have the shoes on. Mm-hmm. Michelle ran out there in the snow and the ice, barefoot, without a shirt on. And Bridget goes, "Are you out of your mind?"
Was the trash that serious?
Yes, it was 15 below, but there was no wind, so it didn't feel bad.
Oh no! See, I was born and raised Texas. I can't.
I just think that
too cold.
I'll show a video later in the show. All right, we're going to take our first break. Guess what? I got some things. Tomorrow, by the way, we're going to be at Cafe Texan. You going to come hang out with us for a minute? Or are you busy?
We'll see. I'll have to add you to my calendar. I'm just kidding.
If you get a chance, we're going to be at Cafe Texan tomorrow. Now, I don't know if the Texan is open. I'll have to confirm this. I'm going by there later today. But we will have the show live from Cafe Texan tomorrow as we are gearing up with Safe House for their annual Gel and Bell event, their first annual Gel and Bell, or some people don't like to say first annual. It's not correct. You're supposed to say the inaugural. And then once it's after the first year, then you can say the second annual, which that's a little bit too much, by the way. That's too much. But I don't know what that face was.
Okay.
But tomorrow it starts the inaugural Gel and Bell. But Carla Christian is going to be joining us from Josie Scout Lodge. So, yeah, we got a lot of great things happening. We're going to take a break. You can text in. Many of you have been texting in all week. We have a super prize that we're going to be giving away tomorrow.
Yes.
For all of you that have been texting in this week, you are entered in and multiple times. All you got to do is text in your name on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line at 936-339-0139. Again, that number, 936-339-0139. Text in your name, and we will have you entered in. By the way, Brian Smith is joining us from Fargo. He said, "Good morning, Rob. Happy Thursday." Brian, for our Texas friends who think that it was so blustery cold, a.k.a. Michelle, who said, "Oh, it was so cold this morning, Mr. Hip. I was freezing to death. I don't like it." And in that tone, too, she sounded like a 98-year-old woman in this moment. It was so cold out there. Brian, what is cold to you? Let us know your definition of cold, and we will talk about that a little bit later in the show. For now, though, we're going to take a break, and our friend Jamie Salas hops on with us here in just a few moments. Stay with us. More to come as we celebrate all things good here in Huntsville. As always, our Thankful Thursdays brought to you by First Baptist Huntsville. Come join us every Sunday. We'd love to have you at the Harbor of Hope. We love you, Huntsville. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. More to come. This is your show. It is Good Morning Huntsville.
Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit tomorrowspromise.info for more information. Education you can trust.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
40 Days USA.
40 days of prayer for our nation.
Please join Karen Covell, film producer, author, speaker, and founding director of the Hollywood Prayer Network, as she prays for transformation in the entertainment industry.
40 days.
Lord, I ask that the people in Hollywood who are making decisions that impact the world will experience the unconditional love of Jesus so that their hearts will change. Lord, we know projects won't change until the hearts of the people creating them change. And Lord, would you bring more Christians to pray for us who see the importance of Hollywood and will pray for us, and then you can work and do a mighty, miraculous change in the hearts and lives of storytellers across the globe. Thank you so much, and we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Join us as we pray for our nation by going to 40daysusa.com to receive the 40 Days USA prayer guide and other free resources. That's 40daysusa.com.
Braylon, say this is Spirit Radio.
This is Spirit Radio.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
All right, back at it. Little 8:03 in the a.m. Welcome in. Got a special guest next to me sitting over here. What's that old country? Sitting next to you, sitting next to me. Remember that song?
That is a song.
What is that song? Da-da-da-da-da. Well, Jamie Salas is here. I don't want to embarrass you too much, Jamie. Good to see you. So great to see you.
Glad to be here.
Happy Thankful Thursday. What are you thankful for today? I'm going to fix this real quick. There we go. There we go.
My job.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think mostly not just my job, but my employer. They're just great people, and they're always willing to listen to what I have to say. And sometimes you go to work for places, and you're just a number. And it's a big company that I work for, and they still make time for us. So I just had my 1-year anniversary yesterday.
Congratulations. I was just about to ask you that. Yeah. Well, I wanted to say something publicly. I've mentioned it before, but we're going to mention it again because we've got a lot of new folks that join the show now. Jamie Salas is the property manager at Osprey Storage here in Huntsville, just across from the old Magnolia Lakes, which is where Christ the King Methodist Church is now. Right there off that little kind of side 30, if you will. It's all 30, but it's like that
30 east, but it meets up with 19.
Yeah.
So it runs the other way as regular 30. Yeah.
It's like this. Yeah, it's like this, right?
Yes.
That's about how this is why I can't swim, because this is what I try to do underwater, and then I can't swim, So
yeah, that's definitely the whole gist of it.
Well, Jamie, I wanted to mention this because you have just been such an incredible asset to our community, and you have done so many things. You've gotten so involved, and you've done it for other people, which is so admirable. You started the Blessing with the Box group, and that took off, and you've done such incredible work with that. I mean, just helping people needing things, and you answered the call time and time again. You've put on some great events, and I've always encouraged you to say, hey, you just got to be consistent and keep doing things and keep doing the ideas, and people will eventually latch on. You know, sometimes things don't take off right away. Like the first year we tried to do something, we didn't have many people show up to it, but then we just kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. And you just have such a tremendous heart, and I wanted to publicly say thank you and acknowledge all the great work that you did. If we had 10,000 more Jamies in Huntsville, it would not be good because everybody would want to move to Huntsville. So,
yeah, we don't want that.
I know, it's all right.
We can keep our population.
So thank you.
Right, well, I really.
This past year, what's it been like for you?
You know, it's been something different for me because I've always wanted to be able to help people, and I've just never been in a position to be able to. And so when I took this job last year, I found an opportunity that would allow me to help people, and that my employer would allow me to help people during work. And so I was able to, we had a pantry at one point where we helped people with food, and we had the storages full of stuff that we helped people at Christmas last year. We did 35 families that we adopted last year. So it was really nice over the year to see when I go out in public, people actually recognize me, which is kind of cool. They're like, hey, do you have that blessing box place? Or so.
Yeah, you may need to turn it into a place. Like it may need to be a physical place.
Yeah, I mean, I think I ended up having to release it to somebody else when we were at 2,500 members. So to me, that's huge in less than a year that you have that many people that are actually seeking that out.
And what I love about it, I wanted to mention something, not to pause you, but you built something, you got it going, and then you handed it off to somebody else so you can continue to do other things. That's a sign of a really good leader. That's not easy to do.
It wasn't. I had a really hard time because I worked hard to build that group and to build the trust of people in the community and know who was behind it. And so it was 3 or 4 months of me really struggling. Like, I've talked to people that wanted to take over, but there were things that I wanted from them, almost like handing over another job. I wanted to make sure whoever it went to wasn't going to run it into the ground or that people were going to be mistreated because I had certain things that I wanted to live by in that group. And it did really well, and the girl that's taken it over, she still makes sure everybody in the community sees what they need, and so that's nice. And then I was able to do other things, like we did the yard sale this past weekend for Jordan Russell's family. We raised $550 for our family. So that was really exciting to be able to do that. So I had to let one thing go to allow me to be able to do some more things. So
yeah, and like I said, you've put people in positions to continue on the things that you've started, which for me that's really hard. I've struggled with that, but you're so good at that, and I think it's so perfect. Some other things that you're working on. Halloween's right around the corner. This is going to be so much fun on Saturday.
I'm so excited.
So tell us about this and kind of what's the response been so far, and what are you looking forward to, the event coming up? Let us know about it.
So we're doing something a little different for Halloween. Everywhere you see is everybody's doing trunk or treats for the kids. But I know that we have so many people in this town that love their animals that I wanted to try to do something a little different.
This is so cool. I love it.
So we're calling it our doggy carnival. We're going to potty. And we're going to have, I got really lucky because Josie set me up with some emails that I was able to reach out to college students, and I got 9 college volunteers.
How cool is that?
So that's really exciting. I was really worried, how in the heck am I going to do all of this? And over the week, they've reached out, and so we'll have them out there helping us. But we're going to have an agility course for the dogs, which is the thing I'm most excited about because I always see that on TV. And I'm like, I wonder can normal dogs do that stuff? So we'll have an agility course set up. We had Simply Southern Pups is going to provide us for a doggy buffet. So we're going to have 8 different flavors. We'll have over 200 treats, and we'll set it up like a buffet for the dogs. And then Dot's Rescue and Rita B. Huff are both going to come out with an adoption event.
Oh, cool.
So we'll have some dogs out there for adoption. And then Dot's Rescue is also going to be doing microchipping for $15. So if you've got an animal and you're wanting it to get it microchipped, she can get it registered, microchipped, everything right there at the event.
Will they scan it? Do they?
Yep.
So if you already have it, they'll let you know maybe because I can't remember if we've did. I think we have.
And Stephanie has a scanner also. She told us the other day.
Okay.
So at Magnolia Kennels, if you're ever curious, she can go by during business hours and she'll scan for you.
Cool.
So we've bought these little canvases. They're like the size of your cell phone, and we're going to do paw painting. So we'll have different colors of paint where you can take your dog and get their paw print put on a little canvas that you can take home with you. So we've got about 12 or 13 vendors from the community that make different animal stuff. Some of them don't make animal stuff. They just wanted to be a part of it. Hello Beautiful Salon is actually sponsoring it by putting up a balloon arch so the dogs can walk over for the costume contest.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's going to be really neat. I'm so excited.
What if you don't have it? Can you bring your pets out even if they don't have a costume? Can you just bring them
Yes.
out? Okay.
Yes. So if you want to actually participate in the costume contest, there's a QR code that you can scan or you can register at the event. But if you're just wanting to come bring your dog, hang out, see all the other dogs, if you don't have dogs, you have kids. Kids love dogs. Bring them out so they can see the costumes, so they can hang out with the dogs. And then we're going to have a vendor selling Mexican hot dogs and elote there as well.
Ooh, yummy.
So, yeah. So I spoke to her yesterday, and so she's really excited. And, well, I'm just really excited
Maybe
for
they can
elote.
maybe they can bring birria too.
Yeah, well, you can continue to try to say that. I am not even going out on that one.
Well,
That's
this is
definitely
so
a hard
great.
one.
Yeah, friends, come out and be a part of this. Jamie's doing some great work in our community. This is going to be such a fun event. And again, it is coming up on Saturday, October the 19th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's over at Osprey Stores located at 2040 State Highway 30 East. That is right across from the old Magnolia Lakes over there, which is now Christ the King Methodist Church. It is the Happy Halloween Doggy Carnival. Let's party. This is going to be so much fun. So, what I know you said earlier, you were just thinking about all these trunk or treats, and there's so much to do for kids. I mean, what kind of really, where were you at whenever this idea popped into your mind? What were you doing? I just have to ask this.
I don't know. I always think about like the space that we have available and what will fit. And I've always got these big ideas, but we don't have big space. So when I'm trying to think of something to do, and I like to watch the dog reels on Facebook all the time.
Yeah.
And I saw some really cute outfit costumes. And I was like, man, it'd be really cool if we had like a costume contest for dogs. And then I started looking up other states, what they've done at like state fairs where they've had these costumes and these contests. And I'm like, oh, we're definitely doing this.
Well, I'm looking now because you got me so curious about this. I'm just.
Oh, they've got some of the cutest.
I'm popping on Amazon. Man, I should have got. This is why.
See, look at UPS.
Oh, that's so good. That is so good. Yeah, but you know what?
I like the ones that make it look like they have something in their hands. So, like, he looks like he's carrying a UPS box.
Yeah. Oh, those are so much. Yeah,
the basketball, see?
There's the basketball. What I'm doing, I'm looking here, just for those of you wondering what's going on, I'm looking right now on Amazon at the dog costumes. And, I've got time. I think I can still get one. Oh, this is cool. They have a police canine unit one. Well, I don't know if you want to wear that. That's I don't think you want to buy that. That's fraudulent.
That really looks legit.
You can buy a police canine unit dog costume here on Amazon. Yeah, I won't be doing that one.
You could probably just get the cowboy one out of your closet. I mean, it's just a bandana and a hat.
Look, there's a spider one. Oh, look at this one. There's a reindeer moose. Oh, that's funny. I'm kind of debating on which one of these to get. I'm going to get with my wife. Oh, look at that one. There's even a, what is that?
It's a dinosaur.
Dinosaur one. Yeah, lion, dinosaur. Oh, there's some cool ones here.
Our neighbors across the street have a Great Pyrenees, and they came over during the yard sale and were talking to me, and her name is Stacy. So I love it when dogs have human names. And she's going to be the Minions from Despicable Me.
Oh, cool.
That's what the dog's going to be.
Hey, I kind of like this one.
Oh, yeah.
You think I got a chance if I get this one here?
That's yeah.
Oh, that's pretty legit.
Oh, we're going to have the red carpet for them to walk down. So that would be like really cool.
Yeah, I think, boy, this isn't bad at all. Is this right? I'm looking at the pricing on this. See, they have I would assume a golden's like extra large, right?
Yeah, that's what I would say.
I mean, I'm looking. That's not bad at all. Is this the right price for this?
Yeah, I think so.
$13 for a full thing. I don't know. I'm going to get with my wife. We're going to be doing that. So, well, come on out. Be a part of this. And Jamie does such incredible work. Again, this is taking place 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. this Saturday. It's just going to be a fun event. And even if you don't have pets, even if you don't have children, just come out and have fun. It's going to be a great day. Should folks, should they bring their own lawn chair and stuff if they want to?
Yes, definitely. Sit, hang out, watch the dogs do the agility course. We also are going to have a cooling station set up if it's, depending on the weather, if we need it.
Maybe turn into a warming station.
Yeah, maybe a warming. I have a swimming pool if we need it, so I don't know what the weather's supposed to do, but yeah, come hang out. And the vendors, we're going to have a lot of great things you can buy for Christmas gifts, and maybe you don't have dogs, but you know somebody that does. All things Taylor, she does some really nice stuff, and she's got the keychains the different things that she does. So we've got a lady with tumblers coming out. And
do you remember when rabbit's feet used to be real popular?
Oh my gosh!
Can you imagine?
And the feathers.
Yeah, and now
the feathers for your hair.
And those were real. The rabbit's feet were real. Everybody had
Good luck
one.
Charms.
Everyone had one.
Yep.
Now that's super bad now. No one wants a rabbit's foot.
I don't know. I think they're pretty neat.
I used to have one because it had the claws on it.
Yeah.
And I'd use it to scratch my arm. It was the best scratcher. Poor little rabbit. Maybe they were sick rabbits though. Let's just say maybe they were sick rabbits. They weren't farming.
Maybe we can just say they were fake.
Yeah, let's be honest, they weren't.
No, they were not. They always made sure they had that one claw.
Yeah, you had to have the one. Well, Jamie, what else is going on? Let us know just kind of about Osprey Storage and what you do over there and how folks can help out your business also.
Yeah, so one of the things we do that a lot of people don't ever think about is our auctions. It's something we hate about our jobs, but it is something that we have to do because it is a business. So if you're interested in bidding on units, we use Storage Treasures to do so. It's all online, so you don't have to come around. I actually, Chris is going to kill me, but Chris Brown at Moonwalks, he got us tables for the yard sale, and so I was telling him about the auctions, and then yesterday or the day before I got a text from him, and he said, just so you know, I think I bid on all 12 units. So, because you get and you start looking, it's a rabbit hole that you get down and you can get stuck because you start looking at those pictures. We try to take about 10, 12 pictures, and you start zooming in and you look for all kinds of stuff. And you're like, oh, is that box got anything in it? And then you really are starting to look. And so it's kind of fun to be able to see. And sometimes there's some really good stuff in units.
Yeah, by law, can you give us the law of that? I mean, you're not allowed to walk in and snap. You have to just do it from the out. Is that a law, or how does that work? Or is that just an ethical thing?
Well, there's an association called Texas Self Storage Association, and so we run all of our rules through them.
TSSA, right?
Mm-hmm. So some places don't use them, and some places, most places do. And so they have this book that's called the Gold Book, and it's kind of like the Bible for storage. And all your rules and regulations are in there. So when you get ready to auction, you can cut the lock, open the door. You have to stand at the very edge. You can use a flashlight, but I've found that our units, because they're metal, if you use a flashlight, it kind of bounces off the light, and then it just puts a shadow.
How much did Storage Wars blow this up?
Oh, I'm telling you.
It kind of ruined it for people that have been doing it forever, right?
Yeah, so, I think one thing people ask me all the time is, oh, is that Storage Wars real? Do people really find good stuff like that? And fortunately, you do. I bought a unit probably 10, 12 years ago and bought it for $100. And there were 4 pieces of Tiffany & Company jewelry in there. Wow. And I sold the choker itself for $400.
Wow.
And then there was a set of diamond earrings, and I gave them to my daughter for her graduation gift.
How cool is
that? Yeah, so sometimes you find some pretty neat stuff. Sometimes you find some stuff that you don't want to deal with. There are a couple of things we can't auction if we open it and there's a firearm. We can't go to auction. We have to contact the police department first.
What if it's hidden in there once someone buys it?
Then, yeah, that's kind of different. It's just only if it's visible to the eye that you have to be able to say. You call the police department, have them verify that nothing's stolen, and then you can move forward there.
Gotcha.
And then vehicles. You have to file an abandoned title, so it's a real pain when it comes time to auctioning vehicles.
And people actually store vehicles in a storage unit.
They do.
That's crazy.
And they're not supposed to. But, so the bigger units, you can store vehicles as long as you notify the storage facility, and you have to take all the gas out of anything you put in storage, which nobody's taking the gas out of their lawnmowers.
No.
I mean, everybody, that's where they store them. So I see some really neat stuff that come through storage auctions, and then other times it's like, oh, this is just junk.
What's the strangest thing maybe you've ever seen? While you're thinking about that, I was thinking I bet somebody has stored like their loved one's urn in there before.
Oh yeah, that's definitely ashes or different stuff.
That's so crazy. I would not want, because when I'm 99 and a half and pass away, that's what I used to want to be 100. I'll go to 99 and a half. When I'm 99 and a half and I'm cremated, I want to be cremated, by the way. If somebody put me in a storage unit, that'd be so bad.
I had a guy one time ask me if we allowed them to store human bodies.
Oh.
And I was like, he was
Like,
kind of a dry individual.
You're
so
like, do I need to call the police on you?
And I was like, he's like, don't worry, I put them on ice so they won't smell. He was like just this jokester guy, but
you don't joke about that kind of stuff, though.
Every time I walked, when he was there, I would make my rounds because I was hoping I could glimpse into his unit and see what was in there. And one time I went by and he had like 10 ice chests in there. And so I was like, wait, did he just tell me that he was putting bodies on ice? And now he has all these ice chests. So it was.
Thankfully he didn't. So.
No. But it's always something you wonder about when people tell you weird things. Drugs, you always find drugs.
Oh, wow.
So usually it's like pot or something, but.
What's the most strange thing that you've seen?
Probably this. This is embarrassing, but.
Is it family friendly?
Yeah, I mean, I can just say that he was a truck driver, but his clothes that were left in the unit were not truck driver attire.
Okay, all right.
I was like, I was really thrown by him.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. They gonna say what can't be done.
Yeah,
right?
I was. Woo! That was very interesting. And then I think the person that ended up bidding on that unit, was, he said, man, my girls sure are going to love all these clothes. And I said, well, you might want to know they belong to a man.
Yeah. You might. They belong to Jerry.
Yeah, just.
Boss Hog Jerry.
Bubba.
But yeah, Bubba, there
Bubba.
you go. They belong to Bubba.
Just so you might,
It makes me wonder, some of these guys driving these trucks and they're wearing high heels.
The furry chest hanging.
Breaker 19. It's gonna take me a while when I pull over here at Love's. I got to change my shoes over. 10-4, good buddy. We'll see you on the other side.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's good. Well, keep after it, and let's create a book one day. I'd love for you to write a book called Storage something. I don't know what it would be. Storage.
I've always
storage stories.
I want to write a book called Memoirs of a Mad White Woman, Storage Hell.
There you
and
go.
the stuff that I have found. I mean, one time there was all these books like from the 50s, and I was like, who's going to buy these? But people bought them.
That's
I was
cool.
like, I don't even want to go in there. There's spiders everywhere in there.
Now, what happens if someone doesn't bid on one? Do you guys get to go through it? How does that
so
work?
if it doesn't get bid on at all, we try to do like a free sale. But I tend to, at least if nobody bids on it, I'll bid the $10. That's the minimum bid. And then that's how I get stuff to help people that need stuff.
That's cool.
So last year when I first started this job, we had 13 units that needed to go to auction. I bid on all 13 of them. And then there's always new stuff in storages.
How can folks go on? How did they just contact you to get the link for these
No,
online?
they just go to Storage Treasures.
Storage Treasures.
Mhm.
Where are they based out of?
So it's an online thing.
Okay.
And so what'll happen is when you go on there, you'll put like the mileage away from your zip code, and then it'll show all the storage facilities in the area. We're not the only one that use them. So there's other storages
You know
here
what
in
may
town.
be a good strategy is look for these small towns out in the middle of nowhere where people wouldn't think of, and then boom, now you got a good chance of getting a unit for $10.
Yeah, I bought a
Yeah.
unit for $10 last month that has autographed Nolan Ryan poster in it.
Oh, that's cool.
So.
Man, that's fun. I would love to bid on one that had like Nintendo and Atari games.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know people are storing that stuff. I'm a collector. I collect the old school NES, not Super Nintendo or any of that, but the old school gray cartridges.
The ones you got to blow in?
Yep. I think the total amount that they ever created was like 780 total games that were licensed. There's a ton of unlicensed. I bought an unlicensed game once for like over $100.
Wow.
It's in a special cartridge. They were I don't want to say like they weren't illegal like to collect, but they were illegal to sell because they weren't licensed by Nintendo. A lot of companies did this. They produced their own games that work, but they never got them licensed by Nintendo. Technically, they were illegal.
Yeah, did you ever see that movie, Tetris on I think it's on Max maybe. But it's the story behind video games and Tetris and
cool.
from Russia. And some of the things you're saying resonate because they had games that were not licensed by whoever made Tetris. And so they were fighting, and it was the Russian government. So the guy who actually developed Tetris, Russia was trying to take it from him. Because in Russia, you don't have those
that dude's
rights.
Still getting royalties to this day for all the Tetris games. Yeah.
So if you get an opportunity to watch it, because I'm not usually into those kind of shows, but it was very interesting.
I've got about 480 NES games, and I could get every one of them ever on eBay. But that takes the fun out of it.
Right.
For me, there's this adventure part of actually trying to find it somewhere at a store, at a storage unit.
I was
going to
say, so yeah, that would be one thing that you would definitely. When you start looking at pictures and you see a Nintendo box or something and you start bidding on that unit. We sold a unit in our Dallas location for $5,000 that was nothing but golf balls.
Wow. Golf balls are expensive, though.
Hey, the guy turned around and sold it for $16,000.
Yeah, I was about to say, they're
expensive.
So
even stuff that we think would be junk, there's just a bunch of golf balls in there. I mean,
There's
tons.
There's a guy at our church that goes out and collects golf balls and sells them to a place. I think it's in Dallas, and he gets paid. And then he that's part of like his ministry to the church.
Oh, nice.
And then he donates the money back to the church. So there's I was like, man, golf. I need to forget gold. I'm gonna start digging for golf balls.
My husband, when they lived in Louisiana, they worked on a golf course, and they would go in the, what do you call the water? The golf courses. Excuse me.
I know what you're talking about.
And
I don't know.
They would get in there and get all the golf balls out, and the golf course would pay them for the golf balls.
Well, we got another business idea coming up, Jamie. We're going to be getting golf balls soon. Well, hey, it's so great to have you on. Thank you for everything. Friends, I want to remind you again, come out Saturday, tomorrow. Just a wonderful opportunity for you to come out and be part of this Happy Halloween Doggy Carnival. Starts at 10 a.m. at Osprey Storage there on 2040 State Highway 30 East in Huntsville. For more information, give Jamie a call at 936-220-2502. Again, 936-220-2502. I was trying to hold on and get that out before I coughed, but I couldn't do it. So, well, Jamie, thank you so much for being here. You're always welcome. You're a friend of this program. Appreciate all you do, and we'll continue to support you and lift you up. You're a wonderful, wonderful asset to our community, and we are so blessed that the good Lord chose to have you here in Huntsville.
I love Huntsville.
All right, well, there she is, Jamie South. We're going to take a break, and, hey, all you got to do is text in your name on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line at 936-339-0139. Again, 936-339-0139. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. Michelle rejoins us as we wrap it up in just a few moments. This is your show. It is Good Morning Huntsville here on a Thankful Thursday brought to you by First Baptist. Stay with us.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit tomorrowspromise.info for more information. Education you can trust. This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
Welcome back, Birreria. Birreria. Michelle, Birreria. Birreria. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to Birreria. And our viewership just Birreria to the bottom. Welcome back. Welcome back, Jack. My dad would always say, welcome back, Jack. You know, I saw something, man, I miss my dad so much. I really do. I just miss my dad. And memories pop up on Facebook, and, you know, it's like I'm thankful, but then I'm like, I wish I would. You know, it just brings back all the emotions, and it's tough. It's not easy. You know, for those of you out there that have lost somebody, it's not easy. And, you know, I just love my beautiful wife and her family. They're going through the loss of Granny, and she was just a tremendous woman. It's not easy. It's tough. But there's hope, and I want to say this. There's hope and there's joy knowing that when our loved ones are believers and they've accepted Christ, that we will see them again. And that's my encouragement for you this morning is if you haven't made that commitment, if you haven't stated that relationship, if you haven't asked Jesus into your heart, I just encourage you to do that this morning, because that's where the true hope is, friends. We can search all the time through life trying to find happiness and joy, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to pursue a career, just as Michelle, she's doing incredible work, and, you know, for me in the broadcasting industry back in the day and now doing this, and there's nothing wrong with those things. God gives us talents and abilities for a reason. And I believe as long as we use those talents and abilities to glorify Him, that really what we can do in life is almost limitless because of Him. Right. And that's when we use our talents and purposes for Him. That, I believe, is where the true joy comes from. And I just wanted to say that this morning. In fact, I made a post yesterday, and I'm trying to go back and find this post because I think I put it somewhere. Let me find this real quick. I'm scrolling through. There was a few things. I said this. I wanted to read this one to you. There's two that I want to read you. The first one is there's evidence of God's presence all around us. I was reminded of Philippians 4:13. It's a verse that I go back to all the time. And this was a little while ago. I had a conversation with a friend, and this friend talked about how that verse changed his life as an elementary student. The verse is, "For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength," out of the New Living Translation. Not one thing. It doesn't say one thing, two things, three things, or more. There is no limit to what God can do. In fact, God can choose to do an infinite number of things, not a finite, not a finite, an infinite. Is that a word? Not a finite, a finite. There's an infinite number of things that God will do. So if you're battling something today, this morning, you woke up, something's on your mind, you're battling something, you don't know where to turn, I encourage you to turn first to the Lord. Even those that are believers, turn first to Him. We should be in all things. Hold on to that hope and faith that He can and He will help you. Don't allow the enemy to attack and lead you down a path of destruction, making you feel like you can no longer do anything. God is good. He is sovereign. and he's always present. Even if you don't feel it or see anything in motion, when you cry out to the Lord, things are already set in motion on your behalf. Stand on the truth of his word in Philippians 4:13, that I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Friends, it's easy to sit here and talk about these things. It really is, but it's difficult to carry them out in life. And I'll speak transparent and firsthand on that when you hear me mention these things, I'm talking just as much to you as I am to my own self.
Right.
Something that I had also thought about yesterday, and this is what I put here. For you are all children of God through faith in Christ. That's out of Galatians 3:26. Whether it's through your job, financial success, or any number of things, it's easy to let your identity be tied up in worldly things. Man, when I was broadcasting and growing in that field, I'll say this, not pridefully, but 10 years ago, I'd never picked up a microphone, and God did incredible things in 10 years, from never calling a game to calling for two of really good programs, obviously Sam Houston, but then North Dakota State. And within 10 years, God opened those doors. Miraculously, he opened those doors. And there were times that I remember thinking like, oh, man, this is cool. And then I'll never forget, on the last bus trip, we were coming back from the Summit League basketball tournament, and I knew that I was going to be leaving. No one else knew except a couple of people. The coach definitely didn't know. He's a great man, made a great friendship out of Coach Dave Richmond up there, one of the best men I've ever been around in the sports world. And I'll never forget, Michelle, riding on that bus on the way home, telling myself what a privilege this has been. And I had something in my heart that I kind of felt like I'll never do this again. And I said, and if that's true, then I'm at peace with it. It hurt. I kind of teared up a little bit, but I also kind of knew that maybe that was the end. Maybe that was the final. Maybe that was the end of the road for that. And it's okay, because when you remain in faith, God's got something else.
Yes.
It wasn't anybody's decision for me. It was my decision to leave, because I felt that was the best thing to do. And it was a hard decision, but it was a decision based on faith. It wasn't to come back to Huntsville because we felt things were easier here, or, this was an easy path that we had already kind of, blazed a trail on. It's just we knew where we wanted to be. And I thought about all these things, and continuing on with that post, to remind you not to get wrapped up in those worldly things, because here's the key. But truthfully, your faith is what defines you, not things that are in this world. That's why it's important to remember and remind yourself often of who you are. Stay grounded in the truth that you are a child of God. And friends, I truthfully believe that if you do that, it doesn't mean things are going to be easy. It doesn't mean that you're never going to have adversity or trouble. But it means when the adversity and the trouble and when things do get difficult, that you're going to remain in faith and have hope, that you know that through him you can get through those things.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's about. And it's so easy. It is. It's so easy for me to sit here and say that, but it's so hard to live it. And the reason it's difficult to live it is because sin has entered this world and has caused the enemy to allow him to distract us from the truth in God. And I want to encourage you this morning to stand on to that truth. Michelle, you've done it. Look at what God's done in your life.
Yes.
And as a young lady, you're just getting started. But I will tell you this, that 20 years goes like that. The other day I'm sitting there thinking, my goodness, I'm going to be 41. Now folks out there that are 60, 70, 80, they're just laughing at me saying, well, what do you think it feels like for me? But I'm experiencing it now. I was talking to my mom the other night. My mom is 78, and she said, soon I'll be 80, son, and it's just flown by.
Oh, my.
And that's why it's so important to cherish every single moment. One thing I've learned at ORU, that's why it's important to really focus on your health and taking care of you. It's so hard. It's self-discipline. But, friends, we really do. We have to take care of ourselves, and we have to be mindful about who we are and where we are and who we are as a child of God. So. Yep. What about your journey? Can you give me a little insight on? I know I've been sitting here yakking, but tell me a little bit about your journey.
In what context?
Whatever's on your heart, Michelle. Think about like where you were at 5 years ago and where you're at now. Tell us about that journey and just what it's been like for you in that
context.
Yeah.
Okay. I've grown immensely. I've done things that I would have never imagined. Definitely some really big blessings in my life. Sam Houston, one of the biggest blessings ever. Man, what can I even say? Leap, one of the biggest blessings ever.
Did you know all these things were coming? I mean, how did you find out about these things? Leap? And by the way, Leap is the Leap Ambassador Program. Michelle's part of it.
Yes.
It should be changed to E-Leap, like elite, but E-Leap. But anyways, go ahead.
It was really funny because I went into college as a first-generation student, didn't know anything, applied to multiple universities, had to navigate my way through that, FAFSA. You can't resort back to your family because no one's ever done it. So just getting as much help as possible. And then I truly believe this was God's work, and I still believe it to this day, and I know it was. I received a Zoom invitation from Richard Yon, and it was for a University 1101 course, which is supposed to teach you how to be a college student. And
that's what I took, LGen. It's called Peak Performance.
Yeah.
My first class was how to be a college student.
Yeah, but this was different because it was focused towards pre-law students.
Yeah.
So we would analyze different landmark cases and things like that, while still maintaining, how do I stay organized? How do I, stay on top of things? It took one Zoom call, and I signed up for his class, and I had him for Texas government. So here's little old me, freshman me, first semester, going to class. I had him at 9 a.m. And just by going to class every day and just doing my work, and this is honestly the grace of God, Professor Yon sort of noticed me and started inviting me to things. And then the rest just became history after that. And so, I go back to that moment of, what if I would have never done Sam Houston? What if I would have never met Professor Yon? You start thinking about the what ifs. Mm-hmm. And that's just how you know that God has meticulously planned everything beforehand.
Good,
So, and now here we are, big things, and just excited.
Hopefully in a couple weeks we'll be able to mention some of
Yes, hopefully.
And my encouragement, here's some more encouragement. The worst advice that I ever heard growing up, and thankfully it wasn't from my family or some outside source, they said, don't ever get your hopes up. That is the most negative, terrible phrase that I've ever heard in my life. Don't get your hopes up. I'm sorry, friends, but I want to wake up every morning, and I've talked about this numerous times, and I'll always talk about it. I want to wake up every morning and have my hopes through the roof.
Yep.
The problem is, I believe when you're not grounded in faith, that when you get your hopes up and things don't work out the way that you plan, now you feel defeated.
Right.
You have to have a sense of getting your hopes up, but also knowing that if it doesn't work out the way you plan, that's okay because God has a better and a bigger plan.
Exactly.
So please get your hopes up. Get your hopes up about your family. Maybe you've got children today that have went down a different path and you've been praying for them. Continue to pray for them. Get your hopes up that your children will come back to you. Mm-hmm. Maybe you're working in a place this morning that you just despise. You don't like it, but you know what? You got to find a way to like it right now. You have to be thankful for where you're at. And you know what? Get your hopes up about going to work today. Yep. Maybe there's a broken relationship in your life and you've already given up hope. You know what? It's time to regain your hope, to get your hopes up. I'm not telling you that you can wish something into existence, but what I'm telling you is get your hopes up and get your hopes up that your Creator is going to be able to do all things like His Word says. Get your hopes up every day.
Every single day.
Get your hopes up. Michelle, get your hopes up. And if it doesn't work out the way you thought, that's okay.
That's fine. It's a learning experience.
I had something else on my mind, and I forgot what it was. And that's okay, because I'm going to get my hopes up. I had something, and it just went, well, hey, it's been a good show today. Michelle, we're believing the best for you, and so thankful to have you here with us at Hello Huntsville, and you've been such a tremendous – I tried to kick you out of here. You've been such a tremendous asset to what we're doing. But I tried to tell you. I said, go do something else, and then you came back.
He did.
It's like that cat came back the very next day.
He kicked me out. He was like, leave.
No, I didn't say that. I said, you're always welcome here, but I want to encourage you to go look around. And,
yes.
But, again, I think God has you where you're at for a reason, and
yes,
we all need to believe on that. So, well, hey, it's been a fun show this morning. Again, Jason is out today, but we love Pastor Bay. Appreciate him. Michelle, great job filling in today.
Thank you.
Before we go, I keep on saying before we go, on this date, 1492, Christopher Columbus first saw the Isle of San Salvador.
Look at that.
Do you know what that is? I have no idea what it is.
San Salvador?
Yeah.
Like El Salvador, San Salvador?
I guess. I don't know. The first week, he kept calling it Sam instead of San Salvador. The cruise ship stops have been waiting for him for centuries to come back. It's really bad jokes on here.
That was not good.
Hey, how about this? 1888, Thomas Edison filed for a patent for the optical photograph, the first movie The first movie is called Optical Photograph. He had done a film called The Sneeze, which was quite catchy.
Okay.
The audience on hand marveled at the technology, but they complained about the 25-cent popcorn.
Okay.
Yeah. Glad they went with the new name. I can't imagine saying, I think I'll catch an optical photograph this weekend. Net optical photograph instead of Netflix, right? The first movie called The Sneeze. Critics called it exciting, but hopefully not contagious. These are really bad. 1931, Al Capone evicted of tax evasion. Like that was the worst thing he ever did. On this date, 1933, Albert Einstein arrived in the U.S. He was a refugee. I did not know this. Did you know that Einstein was a refugee from Nazi Germany?
I did not know.
I had no idea about that either. Just really cool. Had no idea that that's what he was. Hollywood Squares premiered way back in 1966. Do you remember watching a show like that? All the celebrities there in squares. You never watched any of those?
No.
They had a remake of it. It was pretty good. On this day in 1983, the EPA issued a report warning of the greenhouse effect. A good thing we listened. Today is National Edge Day. Wear something gaudy day today.
Oh, gosh.
It is also Black Poetry Day today, National Mulligan Day, and National Pasta Day today.
It is.
Did you know this? That it's pasta?
I knew the pasta day.
Oh, yeah, because we talked about it.
We talked about it, yes.
Can you give us a hint about Friday? Where are we going? You can say it.
Can I? I just, Nah,
we'll wait.
Yeah, we have to wait. Mr. Coffin's not
give them
here.
a hint, though. Can you give us a hint about anything?
No, all I can say is good food and good people.
All I can say is they have 2 locations.
Yeah, okay, that's a good hint.
Yeah, good hint.
They do have 2 locations.
Things that you need to know today. Hallmark rolling out their 32 holiday movies tomorrow night. I cannot wait. The debut of the first one was the date before Christmas getting started. Amazon now offering its first, this is cool, the first color Kindle. Color e-reader now. You're not excited about that?
I'm not a big Kindle person.
$2.79. It's color ink. E-ink color.
I prefer like the physical book.
You know what's crazy is that you see all my stacks of books.
Yeah.
So look here, hold on. Now this one isn't one. This is really cool. That's a book that I just got on my own. But here's the books. Here we'll start. Just put them in front of you. Here we'll put them down on the table. These are my college books. So go ahead and put them there. Just set them there. All right. Here's another one. This is for this next term that you taught me. Here's another one. Okay, here's another one. Oh, man, I need to get a crane for that one. There's my next term. But that's really nothing, right, compared to what you do?
I'd say it's about the same.
Really?
Maybe.
That's only 2 classes, though. And I still have more coming in, by the way.
I'd say it's about the same, and then I have ebooks.
Yeah, I have ebooks for all those, too. But the first term, I just didn't like the ebook. I like the ebooks when I need to search for stuff, but I don't like having the tactical. Well, this. I mean, listen at this. Listen at this.
Are you doing ASMR?
No, I can't stand those videos, by the way, where people unbox and they have it's so ignorant. But I mean, there's nothing like this. And then look, you can do this.
Mr. Hip.
Oh, smell the pages of this. Here, I haven't smelt that page. Smell that page real quick. Look. It's just nothing like a smell of a book.
Oh my goodness.
Especially an old one that's been around for like 50 years.
And you're sniffing it?
Yeah.
That's concerning.
No, it's all right. Okay, I opened my banana from the. What's your deal, by the way, with the bananas? Tell me about this before we wrap up, because I'm really concerned about this.
I think the Huntsville people agree with me. So they're concerned about you.
I don't know.
So
well, they're gonna be concerned about Jamie too, because she's on my page with this. All right, here today's impossible question. A new way to drink this was invented by accident in 1908 in New York. It was a new way to drinks this particular drink. It was invented by accident, New York, 1908. What is it? Think about that. The audience, respond to that when you get a chance.
No clue.
Did you know that 60% of women know how to tie a man's necktie?
Yeah.
60% of women. Tennis balls used to be white. I did not know this, but they changed to a different color in the 70s for a better TV viewing experience. Which makes sense. Yeah. 11% of people have a smartphone with a cracked screen. Michelle, are you one of those?
This feels like a personal attack. Yeah, I broke my screen about 2-3 weeks ago.
Did you like when it broke? Were you like, oh?
Yeah, but I have my new iPhone 16 ordered.
They got you.
So
They got you scammed.
I will hopefully not have a cracked screen.
iPhone's so good. You know, they know how to scam people really, really well. Such a great marketing company. 11% of people, like Michelle, crack screen on their phone. Apple, really good scam marketing company. Around 10% of us have a chili recipe, but we're unwilling to share it. I don't have one.
We're not big on chili.
No.
Well, as a Texan, I am, but my family doesn't really.
22 million Americans, 22 million men in America have a mustache. 22 million men in America have a mustache. The average American eats 30 pounds of French fries each year. Oh, I probably ate 20 pounds this last week. 3% of women have used the excuse of an upset stomach to end a bad date. I got a story about that. Remember our impossible question. I'll come back to it as we wrap up in a moment. My story is when I was in high school, I was a senior in Miss Carol Garcia's class. It was a math modeling class, by the way. I didn't want to take an advanced math because I just wanted to get out of school.
Okay.
But I had to suffice a math credit.
Credit, yeah.
So instead of no credit, don't sweat it, there was no credit, don't sweat it because I took math modeling. It was a really easy class. I just wanted out. I already knew what I wanted to do. I had a job lined up. I was ready to go. And this allowed me to get out at noon every day. But I decided one time I was just going to go home and go to sleep.
Okay.
So I went to school, and then it was time for class, and I told Miss Garcia, I told her this later, she laughed about it after I graduated. I still maintain contact with her, great teacher. I told her, I said, oh, Miss Garcia, I've got really bad upset stomach. Teachers aren't going to question that, especially when you use certain words.
No.
Yeah. I said,
will.
I used a word that was the D word.
Oh, okay.
They're not going to question that. I said, it's so bad. It's terrible. I've had it all. I said, I've had it all more. You know what I did is I got in my car and I went home and I went back to sleep.
Oh, my goodness.
I came back right before class was over. She goes, where have you been? I said, I've been in the bathroom.
Don't do that, folks.
Don't do that.
Don't do
that.
And
years later, I never got in trouble for it, but years later I told her, she goes, I know you were lying.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it was bad, Rob, back then. It was my getting to know Jesus days. All right, today's impossible question as we wrap up. A new way to drink this was invented by accident in 1908 in New York. What was it? What was your guess?
I have no clue.
Critical thinking. Come on, man. College student.
Man.
Just make up something then.
No idea.
What would you think? A new way invented drinking this. Whatever's on your mind. There's something that
thinking milkshakes for some reason.
That's fine. See, there you
but
go.
I don't think that's right.
But why would you think a milkshake?
I don't know. I guess I just want one.
I'm trying to get some critical thinking out of you, college student. All right. It was tea. A new way to drink tea. Tea in tea bags was invented in 1908. Before then, it was just the tea grains. There you go. By the way, our friend Brian Smith in Fargo, I asked if I'd call him, but he's busy, about this whole cold thing. I said, Brian, when is it cold? He messaged us, though. He said, cold is when you go outside in January and the wind chill is minus 50. And you have to blow out your driveway. Might have to wear an extra sweatshirt.
Might?
That's cold. Thank you, Brian, for letting us know about that. All right. Well, hey, we're going to have a fun day tomorrow. Join us. We will be at Cafe Texan in the morning, and we'll be out there all day for the Gel and Bell. And we will have Carla Christian also joining us from Josie Scout Lodge talking about some great events that they've got coming up as well.
Yes, sir.
Michelle, any final thoughts? It's been fun this morning. Thanks for hanging with us.
It has been fun. Nothing. Just keep me in your prayers. I'm very excited. And then my boss here, happy National Boss Day. Well, that was yesterday, but I couldn't say it in person.
I didn't show you this yesterday, by the way. Remember I said I was going to show you something? So we have two bosses here. Pastor Bay is a boss, and Linda is our boss. And she is our administrator. She does a wonderful job. And so I created a little card for him. And it was Happy Boss Day.
Oh, that's funny.
And it says Bay Day.
Bay Day.
It was Bay Day yesterday.
Pastor Bay is going to come back and
Linda Lee
get on us.
No, he loved it. He said, man, that was great. So. All right, we'll see you tomorrow bright and early. Thanks for being a part of it today. Get out there and make a difference today. Huntsville, we love you. A lot going on in our community. Check out our events page. Michelle's done such a great job loading up the events. They are all over the place at hellohuntsvilletx.com/events. We've even put together a fall festival and Halloween guide of all those events. So you have no excuse for not finding anything to do coming up for fall festivals and Halloween. We'll be back at it tomorrow at 7:30 as I end every show reminding you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. So please, friends, provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Until tomorrow morning at 7:30, good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. Thanks for being a part of it this morning, brought to you by First Baptist. And Michelle, thanks for hanging out with us.
Absolutely. You already know.
Here, I'll give you a handshake.
A
See you,
handshake?
Michelle. See you, Michelle.
See you, Mr. Hip.